Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Friday Lunch and Learn sponsored by the Do Space. My name is Julie, and I'll be your facilitator this afternoon. Typically, I would have my camera on, but it seems like it's not activating. So, at that rate, if you have any questions, I do have the chat open over here on another monitor. So feel free to post any questions that you may have. Today, we're going to be talking about Gmail and the Google Docs. If you have any questions, like I said, you can put them in the chat afterwards. If you have a question, don't hesitate to email me at jdospace@gmail.com. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to talk about the advantages of Gmail and the Google Docs today. First of all, I'm going to do just a quick introduction to Gmail, show you how you can sign up for a free account if you would like to. Then we're going to talk about sending emails, responding to emails, managing emails. The whole thing about this is all free. And it's very easy to use. So within the Gmail system, you also have Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, which is compatible to Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, and works in a very similar manner. It saves in real time, so you don't have to worry about saving anything. As soon as you make an edit, it will go ahead, as long as you're hooked up to the internet, it will go ahead and save in real time for you. You do have templates, but the biggest thing is, folks, that this is shareable, meaning that you can share it with another person or several other people, whether it be recipes that you want to share with other people. Maybe you wrote a Christmas letter or a Christmas card, and you want to share it with other people. You can certainly do that. You could email it to them as well for a holiday greeting. If you have something for work that you need to complete, you can share items out, such as the Google presentations. If you want to create a Google presentation with somebody, they don't have to be in the greater Omaha area. They could be anywhere in the world, as long as they have access to the internet. They will be able to work on a document with you. And again, it saves in real time. Okay, so let me go ahead. I brought up my Gmail, so let me just bring this up. I was actually going to clean this up before we started today, but I thought, no, I'm going to wait and we can clean it up during the webinar today. So when you go to Gmail, and if you don't have an account, you can certainly there we go. So here's create a Gmail account. So all I did was I just did a quick search, and it will allow you to go in and create an account. And it only takes just a couple of minutes for you to create an account. So if you don't already have one, go ahead and sign up for an account. You can have as many, or up to, I think it's up to 6 Gmail accounts. And so I have different Gmail accounts for various reasons. For instance, this account that I'm in right now is only for the Do Space. I do some other consulting work, so I have specific Gmail accounts for every company that I work with. That way, especially when you're not using this sort of an account to purchase anything with, you're not getting any junk mail in here. It's really nice. And then I also have that one account that I use for purchasing items online. So personally, I have 4 different Gmail accounts. And as we talk more about these different accounts and the Google Docs, I will get in more depth about that. Okay, So let's talk about just simply composing an email. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on compose. And when you click on compose, it asks you a couple of questions. It says, first of all, who do you want to send the email to? All right. So I'm just going to use a friend of mine who knows that I utilize her email account. So she'll be getting some random emails from me today. You can put as many people in the to as you would like. If you look over here to the right, you also have something called CC and BCC. The carbon copy is something that you would want to use if you were just sending the email as an FYI. For instance, whenever I send out an email to an employee concerning something at work, I always copy my manager. So when I copy that way my manager knows that the notification did go out, the email was sent, the communication is complete, and my manager is aware of it. Now with the blind carbon copy, there's a couple of different reasons that you would want to use that. And you can just click on CC, you can click on BCC. For the BCC stands for blind carbon copy. Two reasons that you might want to use this. Number one, if you are a member of a group, welcome if you're just joining us. If you are a member of a group, maybe for a club or a church, maybe you're a volunteer someplace. When you send out emails, if you're the person in charge of sending out emails, I would strongly encourage you to use the blind carbon copy. Why is that? A couple of reasons. Number one, you have shared your contact information with the organization that you are volunteering for. That does not mean that the organization has the right to share it with anybody else. If you do a carbon copy, that it is going to share your contact information with everybody in the group. For instance, I'm a volunteer, and these emails used to go out with about 100 people in the email, but they were either in the to or they were carbon copied. I didn't like that for a couple of reasons. Number one, because then people had my contact information. Number two, because so many people click on reply all. And if you've got 100 people in a group for a group email and 50 of them decide to say thank you, then they're replying to everybody, which is filling up my inbox with these thank yous. If you blind carbon copy somebody, you can only respond, welcome if you're just joining us, you can only respond to the person that sent it. So the blind carbon copy is extremely useful for those two reasons, in my personal opinion. Those are two great reasons to use it. Down below that, you have your subject line. Now, in your subject line, it's important that you are very specific. What is this email about? And it's important for a couple of different reasons. Number one, so that the person that is receiving the email knows that it is valid. And number two, if you go to look for the email again, you do have the ability to search. So for instance, if I send out an email concerning Accelerate, which is a program sponsored by Reduced-Space, I will put in the subject Accelerate, maybe like January cohort, so that I can find the email again very easily. And that way the person that's receiving the email knows exactly what the email is pertaining to. So in the oops. So I'm just going to put email example. Got a little happy with my A's there. And what's going to happen next is I'm just going to type in hello. And what it does is when I hit the space bar, it automatically types in Patricia. If I want to keep that, I could just hit the tab key, put my comma in, and that is AI, that is artificial intelligence working in the background. with your completing your thoughts, which is it's really quite nice. I do like it. So it says, I hope, and then this email finds you well. So if you want to accept that, hit the tab key, hit the period, and you can hit the space bar. Like you just saw that, I spelled example, or I didn't spell it wrong, but my keys were a little mixed up. And it automatically fixed that for me. So that is nice as well. So you can just be short, sweet, and to the point, typing in your email. Now you can get a little bit fancier. So down at the bottom, you have all of these options, okay? You can go in and you can change your font, you can change your font size, you can boldface, you can italics, you can underline, you can change your color. You've got all of the features that you do in Microsoft Word and other applications. You can create a list. You can put a bullet list in if you want to. You also have formatting options. That's showing this. If you don't want that to show, you can click right here and it will not show. You can attach a file. So the paperclip is a universal example of, or is a universal symbol, that's the word I was looking for, in order to attach a file. And then you can also insert a link if you want to. If you're an emoji person, you can put in emojis. Insert files using the drive, okay? And we'll get to this. Insert a photo and toggle. So let's go ahead and send this one. And then we're going to compose another one. And I'm just going to do the same person. So this one I'm going to do some attachments. Hello, Patricia. Again, I typed in the B and the E and it automatically put in gray best regards. I hit the tab key and they accepted it. And there we go. All right, so I can attach a file, or if I want to, I can just drag and drop a file from point A to point B. So I have some pictures here. I can drag and drop this. See how when and I do have the picture on another monitor, but when I drag it over here, you can see that it says drop files here, and it's going to automatically attach it. So I'm just going to let it on my mouse, and it will be part of the email itself. Now, if you want to actually attach it, you can click on attach, and it's going to ask you to browse out and find this picture, which is, I don't know why it would be it downloaded to a folder that I didn't tell it to. So this is what it's going to look like if it attaches. It may take a couple of seconds for it to attach. When the attachment or the name of the file turns blue, you know that it is attached and ready to go. So I can go ahead and click on send, and that picture has been sent. Let's go ahead and compose another one. So some other features of Gmail, that was the paperclip. You can also insert a link. So if you want to, we'll just say Nebraska, and then maybe the link is www.huskers.com. And I can click on apply, and it automatically puts that in. So if somebody gets this email and they have that blue, that it looks just like you're surfing the internet, if they hover their mouse over it, they can click on www.huskers.com, And why is it taking me to my Gmail? Hmm. That's quite strange. Let's just make sure I'm www. Oops. Okay, so I have the right website. We will have to do some troubleshooting to find out why that is happening. So let me go ahead and remove that. I'm going to type in Nebraska, and now I'm going to do the link. Huh. There we go. Okay, so I had the website wrong. I was putting www https colon and then the huskers.com. So that was my mistake, but okay, we figured it out. So that's how to insert a link if you want to insert a link into your email. So if you have something, a website, something that you want people to visit, people to look at, I would encourage you to go ahead and insert that link. So it's just one click for them. They will probably be more apt to go to the website if there is a link provided. You can also insert emojis if you're an emoji person. You've got all kinds of options here to put in emojis. I'm not really an emoji person. It appears that I have used a few in because there were some recent, but here are all of the emojis. There are hundreds of emojis, maybe thousands of emojis that you could put in. Okay. So there are your emojis, and you can search for one too. Let's see, what do I want to search for? I'll just search for a house. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 houses there. If you want to use the emojis. Insert a file from your drive. So this is information that I have on my drive. Let's see, do I have anything shared with me? Okay, so here's some stuff that I can share that is not does not have personal information, and looks like I uploaded some pictures for another demonstration. So this goes to my drive. All of these options are in my Google Drive, and we're going to talk about the Google Drive here in just a little bit. So there is the link to that picture. You can also insert a photo if you want to. So here are all kinds of photos. We'll just insert a photo of Bailey, and it will insert a photo. So you have all kinds of options that you can look at. What's this one say? Insert, oh, your signature. Okay, so what is a signature? Let's look at insert signature. Manage signatures. A signature is something that automatically is attached to your email. Oops, I'm in the wrong one. There we go. And I thought I had one. thought I had a signature again, but it's not. All right, let's go ahead and send this and see. Oh, there we go. So here are the different signature. Here it is. Signatures right here. It actually did open it up. It was just behind my email that I was sending. So I'm going to click on create. My name is Gmail example. Oops, I'm done with that. So now I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to say best regards, Julie. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight that. I'm gonna make it large. I'm going to change the color of it. So I'm just gonna make it match my blue. And when I come down here, I can click on save. And when I click on compose, you're going to, where's my, there we go. So I just had to go in because you can have multiple signatures. Sorry, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. You can have multiple signatures, so you can select the signature that you want. It might be a little bit time consuming to do that rather than just typing in best regards. But here is a signature example. All right. So we have sent multiple emails composing them. We do want to get through everything. So let me go ahead and come down here. Let's look at what we have over here on the left hand side. We have our inbox. You have anything that's starred. So any emails that you deem important or that you need to get back to, you can star them and they will go into a separate folder, which in Gmail is called a label. These labels are built into Gmail. The labels down below are information or labels that you would create. So you've got your inbox, your starred, your snoozed. I don't have anything snoozed, meaning that if I go to compose, I don't have to send it right away. I can go to send it. I can schedule the send, and it's saying that, yeah, I don't have anything in. So it's Friday afternoon and I've got all these emails to send out, but I don't want to send them in a Friday afternoon because we all know that people are tired. So this is what I do. I send them Monday morning at 8 a.m. So there is my, it'll be in the snooze as well. There's my scheduled. I have some drafts, some things that I obviously didn't send. And then a lot of times, people will say, hey, make sure you check your spam folder because I didn't get that email. Check your spam folder. There's your spam folder right there. Yay, hooray, there is no spam. So isn't that nice? So those are just some of the labels that you have. Down below, I have the ability to create my own labels. So I'm just going to call this, what is this? December 13th, 2024, and click on create. So that new label is right here, December 13th, Friday the 13th. So what I'm going to do, I don't think I have a whole lot of emails here. I'm just going to come up and I'm going to select all of them by clicking on this little button. And I am going to drag them into my December 13th folder, and that cleans up my inbox. So I've got several different labels in here. Most of them are dated. so that I just date them and put them in there. If you go to search for something, it's going to search all of your folders. It's not just searching your inbox, it will search everything for you. All right, so let's talk about the Google Drive for a minute. The Google Drive is a form of cloud computing. A lot of times, not so much anymore, but sometimes when you say cloud computing, people will say, what are you talking about? Now, if you're not familiar with cloud computing, I usually ask people, well, how long have you had an email address for? And people will typically say, years. Not always, but most of the time, people will say I've had an email address for years. So technically, you've been cloud computing for years because your email is not housed on your computer. It's housed on a server somewhere in the world, regardless of whether you use Gmail or Yahoo or any of the various emails that are available. Your email is not housed on your computer. Therefore, you can access it anywhere, anytime, as long as you have access to the internet. Well, and you remember your password. That's a big one right there. So we've been cloud computing for years, but what they've done is they've expanded on that. And I'm going to come over here to the right and see where these 9 dots are. And some people call that the waffle. This is a Google Apps. Google has all kinds of different apps. But the one that we're looking for is the Google Drive, which is right here. On the Google Drive, you can see that I have, don't switch, that I have all kinds of stuff in here, recordings. Many of these probably could be deleted, something for me to do on a rainy day, which, it's supposed to rain today, isn't it? That doesn't count. It's supposed to be freezing rain. Let's hope not. Let's hope not, folks. So when I go into my drive, you can see that I have all of these, my drive, my home, my computer. You can back your computer up to your Google Drive. Items that have been shared with me, things that I've looked at recently, things that I've starred. It even has spam in the drive. Now, I don't think I have ever clicked on this. Okay, your spam is empty. Anything that you have put in the trash, and your storage. So what happens is, with your Gmail account and your Google Drive, you get 15 gigabytes of space for free. That's quite a bit. Most other cloud computing options do not give you that much. Some give you 5, maybe 7, but 15 is the most that I have heard of without having to pay for additional storage. Now you can see where I'm at 7.14 gigabytes. That's with all of the recordings that are sitting in my drive, all of my email. So it doesn't surprise me that I've chewed up about half of my storage. Now, if you need more storage, you can click right here on Get More Storage, and it's reasonably priced. Yeah, see, 100 gigabytes. 100 gigabytes. They have a special going on right now. Monthly for 49 cents a month for 2 months. Then it goes up to $1.99, or you can pay for the year up front for only $17.99. That's really a good deal when you think about it. It's a little dollar and a quarter, $1.50, probably $1.50, $1.50 a month for additional storage. If you need 200 gigabytes, you've got a lot going on if you need that much space. But if you're big into photos and video, you might need that much space. It goes up 75 cents a month and up. So there's more plans that you can look at. You can get a terabyte or 2 terabytes if you need it. So here's some different options: 100 gigabytes, 200 gigabytes, a terabyte. Wow, that's a lot of space, folks. You would have to have a lot of pictures and a lot of videos for that. Now, the one thing that I want to talk about before we move on is the fact that at the beginning I said you can have multiple Gmail accounts. If you are like an iPhone, an iCloud, an iPad user, a Macintosh, or an Apple person, you please keep in mind that if you have an iPhone, an iPad, or a Mac computer, you know that from each one of those devices, everything is backing up to the iCloud and it's the same iCloud. If you have more than one Gmail account and you upload something to your drive, it only goes to that drive. If you want it on multiple drives, you need to share it to the multiple drives. All right. It does not automatically update. Like I said, I have 4 Gmail accounts. It does not go to all 4 Gmail accounts. Okay. So if I come over here to the new, here are all of my different options. There's your new folder. You can upload files right here. You can upload a folder if you want to. But let's look at the Google Docs, the Google Sheets, and the Google Slides. So let's go into Google Docs first. Google Docs is a form of a word processing. So what I'm going to do is first of all, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to name this document because if you don't, then the Google Docs will get upset with you. So I'm just going to say Google Doc example. Now it comes up and it says, okay, what are we doing here? And this is all part of AI. I don't ever use this, but you can draft an email in here. It will set up your meeting notes for you. You can look at different templates. Here's all kinds of different templates. But let's just go ahead for right now. Well, all right. So just I'm just gonna go ahead and close this. So I have my name of my file. I just said hello. Would you like to join me in Google Docs? Now every time I do something, see what it's doing right here. Save to drive. Even if I hit the enter key, it's recording that. It's saving everything that I am doing. If you go to File, you have the ability to do multiple things. Let's just go ahead and go to the insert, and we will insert an image from my computer, just so I can show you how that is done. So we'll go ahead and use a picture of Brooklyn again. And once you've got it in here, you can resize it if you want to. You can change it. You can move it if you would like to. And putting that picture in. So it has all but many of the same features that a Microsoft or any word processing does. You have the ability to cut, copy, and paste, to delete, to select all, to undo, to redo. The keyboard shortcuts match. When you go into view, you can view your ruler, your comments. We're not going to put in the comments. Your insert, you have all your options for insert. Again, if you're an emoji person, there they are. So you've got all of these various options. What if you're interested in knowing a lot about the specifics of Google Docs or Google Slides or Google Sheets, there will be specific webinars on those software packages. I just want to make sure that I go in and show you or share with you each one. Okay, and then down below, you've got some of your same tools. You can print, you can use your format painter, and all of these different options for you to look at. Now, this is the big one. The big one is I can share this information out I can share this, all right? So if I come over here and I click on share, it says, okay, who do you want to share this with? And of course, I'm just gonna share this with my friend Pat. And who knows, I don't know what she's doing today, but maybe she'll pop in. After that, you have some decisions to make. Can the person that you're sharing this with, or persons, I can put multiple people in here, but I don't want to bother anybody working at the Do Space. They've got enough going on, so I'll just pick on my friends. You can choose whether they can be an editor, so they can go in and edit the document, whether they can just comment on what you've done, or whether they can just view what you've done. Now, you can make this decision today, and if you change your mind tomorrow, you can go in and you can change the rights of that person. That person can also request that they be something other than a viewer or a commenter or an editor. So it works both ways, but you, as the owner of the document, you are the administrator, so you are the one that can determine that. So I'm going to let her be the editor. So I'm just gonna say, hi, join me, thanks, Julie. Typically I would not put such a short note in there. And there's a check mark in notify people. When I click on send, what's going to happen is it's going to send an email to the distribution list of who you want to share this with. And there will be a link in there that they can click on to access it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on send. And when you click on send, you're not going to see anything happen. You're not going to see anything happen. But if the person or person pops in, you will see that they are in the document. It will show either their profile picture or it will show their initials. So you will know exactly who's in here. It will also assign every single person a specific color. So their cursor will be like mine is black, I think, but they might be blue, pink, green, brown, whatever the case may be. You will know who is typing what in. You will be able to see that. Now, let's say, for instance, that someone goes into the document and they accidentally delete something. Remember, it saves as you insert or as you add information. So I'm just going to increase this picture. There it goes. It's saving. What will need to happen is if you deleted something that you need back, you'll want to go back. You'll need to contact the administrator, and you're going to go. That person can go to version history and see version history. What's going to do? It's going to pop up over here, and it will. I guess I'm green. Okay. It will show you everything. So here's when I first started this morning. We don't want to go back to that, but you could. So if something happened to the document, you could look at the version history. You can also see who did what. So if you need to see who did what version of or what part of the project, what part of the Microsoft Word document, you can certainly do that. And it will show over here. To get back out of this, you're just going to go ahead and click on the arrow, and it will take you back out. Hey, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So that's always nice. You can revert back to a previous time if you need to. I have had times when I have had to do that. So the version history is really nice. It's also nice to see who is doing what. Now, I went back to file and I'm on download. You can download this from your Google Drive. You can download it to Microsoft Word, to Open Document, to rich text, to PDF, to plain text, to web page, to an EPUB, to a Markdown. I'm just going to download it to a Microsoft Word document. And there's my download. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to open it. We'll see which monitor it opens on here. There we go. It went to my other one. So I'm gonna bring this over here. So it's identical. It's just now it's in Microsoft Word. The one thing that you want to keep in mind is that if you make an edit, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this. And let's say that I change the color of the text to purple. And I'm gonna make it bold and italic, and I don't like the Arial font, so I'm gonna change it to Georgia. If I'm changing this in Microsoft Word, it is not changing in my Google Docs. If you change something in your Google Docs, it is not going to change in your downloaded version. Those two do not talk to one another. So if you download something, note that it is not going to impact both files. Why would you want to do that? Well, let's go ahead and come back over here to my Google Drive and let's look at some other options. Let's go to Google Drive and let's go to Google Slides. So Google Slides is very similar to Microsoft PowerPoint. And this is the Google Docs and the Google Slides is something that I use quite frequently for my full-time job. I work virtually, and I work with people from all over the world, mainly in the United States, but I work with people all over the world. And we do a lot of different presentations. We publish a lot of different articles. And, I work with people that are in Maine, that are in Florida, that are in California, that are in Iowa. In Iowa sounds really close, but it's also Eastern Iowa. So, that 5-hour drive just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to meet or to work on something when you have these options. So you have your Google Slides. Over here on the right, you have different options. Let's look at themes though. Here's your different themes. I really think that the Google Slides has some really cool themes. I like them actually a little bit better than the ones in PowerPoint. So if you select a theme, and you come in here and so it works very similarly as PowerPoint. But the really nice thing is, well, file, download Microsoft PowerPoint. So you can find the background that you want to use and you can download it to Microsoft PowerPoint and work on it basically offline. But there's that background. So that's really nice. So there is my background that I borrowed from Google Slides, and you can download it as a PowerPoint. Let me see if I can get back here. There we go. Again, you can share things out. You can choose different themes. You can import a theme. You have all kinds of options. So when I'm working with people from all over the United States, once we have completed our presentation, then I like you could leave it in Google Slides. I prefer to use PowerPoint when I'm presenting, just probably because that's what I'm used to. You can certainly present if you want to, because here's your slideshow. You can put it in slideshow mode, and there it is. It works the same. You're just going to click to move to the next slide. I think. Huh. Why isn't it going to? Oh, because I don't have another slide. Okay, so escape. So you could do it either way. I prefer to download it. I think that PowerPoint has a few more bells and whistles that I like to use. But again, I use PowerPoint probably on a daily basis, so I am very in tune to its capabilities. Yeah, so you can set this up. Multiple people can be working at one time in your Google Slides. So that is Google Slides. I didn't share that out with anybody. I'm just going to go ahead and close that. There's my Google. My friend Pat still hasn't gotten in there. So I'm going to go back to my Google Drive, and again, you have Google Sheets. So if you are an Excel user, maybe I've got some Excel people in here. If you are an Excel person, this works very similar to Microsoft Excel. And again, you can download it as a Microsoft Excel file. Same number. So if I put a couple numbers in there and do my equal sum, and I can just say that I want to add these two numbers together, and there's my equal sum. So yeah, works very similar to Microsoft Excel. But you have all of these, you can share these out. Looks very similar in nature. Meanwhile, back on my Google Drive, let's just go ahead and go to my drive. And let's say that I was saying that I could delete some of these things. I can go ahead and I can just click on the three dots, tell it to move it to the trash. I can also select by holding down the control key, I can select multiple items at one time, and I can drag them to the trash. So it's telling me I'm putting 6 items in there, which is fine. If I go to my trash, I should have. Oh, they didn't go in there. Hang on a minute. Let's go back to my drive. Okay, so you can either hold down the control key and select several items, or you can select one. Let me deselect these. There we go. I'm going to select one. I'm going to hold down the shift key. I'm going to come over here and select this last one. And now I'm going to drag and drop them into the trash. Did they go in that time? They evidently do not want to be deleted. There we go. I think I got it now by doing a right click. There they are. They will sit here for 30 days. Or if you are ready to get rid of them, you can manually tell it to empty the trash, delete forever. And I can go back to my drive. So if there's information on there that you do not need anymore, you could simply select them and delete. Now let's look at my storage went from 7.25 to 5.75. So you can see that these are 2-hour videos of Accelerate. If you were trying to go in them, you wouldn't be able to anymore because they expire. But let's go back into my trash. I should have a bunch more in there. Let's empty it and delete forever. And we'll see what this moves down to now. Now it's going to take a minute or two for it to move down. But those are how you would delete something. If you want to create a new folder, I can come up here to new folder. Do a folder example and create that. There is my folder example. I'm just going to go ahead and select the 3 things that we created today, and I'm going to drag and drop them into my folder example. so that we have that available. Now it went down to 4.23. So those videos were taking up a lot of space in my Google Drive. So before you go to purchase anything, make sure that there's not some things that you can get rid of. Just like in the iCloud, how many times do you take pictures with your a screenshot with your phone and you didn't mean to, or those videos that you thought you were taking a picture and now you've got this video in there. I do that a lot, so I can honestly say that by going in and deleting some of those from my iCloud account, you can certainly do that. Speaking of iCloud, there are several different cloud computing options. This is just one of them. People will say to me, well, what's the best one? The best one is whichever one you like, that you prefer. Okay, I have both. I have the Google Drive and I have the OneDrive. I prefer the Google Drive, but I work with it more. So that definitely could be influencing my decision as to why I like it more. So that's deleting, moving things around. If you just want to see one type, this is kind of nice. If you're looking for something specific, if you just want to see your Google Docs, you can do that, and it will show you just your Google Docs. Okay, and I can go ahead and click on that X. It will turn off that filter, and it will show me everything again. Underneath new, that was the new folder. Let's do a file upload. Let's find a file to upload. What we'll do is let's just bring, I'll just bring Brooklyn up. So what it's doing is it says, okay, it's starting the upload, and there it is. Now that happened pretty quick. If you have a lot of things that you want to back up or you want to be able to access anywhere, anytime, as long as you have access to the internet, you could put them all in one folder, upload the folder. Sometimes it takes a long time. You could go do something else on your computer. It will still be uploading. You can go to a movie, you can cook dinner, whatever you prefer, and it will allow you to upload that information. So there is a file upload, a folder upload. We've got one more here, this Google Forms. Google Forms. With Google Forms, you can go in and you can create a survey, so to speak, and it will allow you to share it out with other people. Now, the one thing that's really nice about this, and I know we're starting to run out of time, the Google Forms is, again, if you're interested in more about that, we will dedicate a webinar just to Google Forms. The nice thing is that you will see the responses. You can link the responses to sheets so that all of the responses are in sheets, and it will give you, if you were giving a questionnaire like, how would you rate, how would you rate this from 1 to 5? It'll give you pie charts for everything. So it automatically updates all of your information for you. You don't have to gather the data. The Google Forms does that in the background, and you can just go in and look at your data analysis. Okay, I am going to go ahead and we've got just a couple of minutes left, but I do want to pause to see if there are any questions. I haven't seen any within the last hour, but I'm just going to pause for a minute to see if anybody has anything they would like me to address, anything that you would like me to repeat. All right. I did want to mention that if you are interested in learning more about Excel, the DoSpace does offer a 6 weeks of training, so 12 hours of training. It's called Accelerate. You do have to apply for it. You are expected to attend every session. If you want to, this is the DoSpace website. I just clicked on Accelerate. The next cohort begins on January 14th. on January 14th. So the webinars are on Tuesdays from 11 to 1. It starts on January 14th. It runs through February 18th. Those are recorded, so the recording is sent out to all of the participants. Applications are due by January 3rd. It's not an extensive application. You can click on it and see, it's a Google form. There's your Google form. So it wants that information. What did I do? Did I just close that up? Oops, I did. I didn't mean to. So if you or somebody else wants to learn more about Microsoft Excel, please have them go to the DoSpace website and click on Accelerate. You are not expected to know anything about Excel prior to applying, but that doesn't mean that you might not have Excel experience. No, that's the great thing. Oh, I appreciate this overview. Couldn't keep up with everything this year. I couldn't get a tutor for the DoSpace. Regarding tutoring, at the DoSpace, I'm not sure, Patty. I'm just I'm a consultant for them. Good question. No, there is no cost to Accelerate. So if you or someone else, if you know someone that's maybe homeschooling, we do accept younger folks as well. So keep that in mind. Go in and apply, and they will let you know if you were accepted. Typically, we have about 20 to 25 people in Accelerate. You are allowed to turn on your microphone and your camera, so you don't have to use the chat, but you can if you want to. With that, that is bringing us to the top of the hour. As always, a big shout out to the DoSpace for everything that they do for the greater Omaha area. It's been a lot of fun spending an hour with you this afternoon. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll hope to see you again soon in another Friday Lunch and Learn. Check out that calendar. They've got a lot of things going on. Take care, everybody.